Fire him! Shot him!
Everybody knows these criminals are called langards. They are doing it with the support of the Police Divisional Commander, ACPJ. In this area, we call him the Langards Commander.
Because we have documents to show that Chief sold the land to us.
From generations before this age, men and women have fought battles over land. Nations, communities, and people have fought bloody battles of conquest to rule over territories. Today in Ghana, land ownership and issues of litigation remain one of the critical causes of violence in our communities, towns, and villages. To own and use a piece of land, particularly in the national capital of Accra, might cost you more than just money. It might cost you your very life. Join me in the following documentary as I attempt to surgically interrogate the country's land use and management system. Ghana is about the size of the United Kingdom and occupies a total area of about 239,460 square kilometers, with an estimated population of about 28,409,576 as of January 1st, 2017, estimated to increase by 679,273 people and reach 29,088,849 in the beginning of 2018. Fact is, human population continue to increase every day on the surface of the earth. However, not an inch of land space has been added since creation. Ghana's land management system is saddled with so much inefficiency. The country is facing a difficult challenge in developing an effective land administration sector. Meeting this challenge will require the development of a system for land management and administration that will enable the customary owners, the private sector, government, and individuals to maximize the use of land for development within the constraints of sustainability. So far, a considerable amount of income is lost to both individuals and government because of the inefficiencies in the land sector.
You can look at it from the point of the fact that people have moved in and there's a higher demand for land. And so that triggers scarcity of land, and then consequently the price therefore going up.
That's number one.
That's number one. You can also look at it from the other point of that because we have weak institutions, you get it? Even in the midst of plentiful, there are greed tendencies, there are speculative tendencies, and people are getting more than they need, and consequently denying others access to land. Unfortunately for us in Accra, we seem to be getting what do you call it? The bad sides of these two positions I've given you.
Stories of fraudulent land leases, violent litigation, and in some cases gruesome killing over contentious parcels of land abound.
I'll give you order. If anybody joke, shot him. Okay? If anybody joke, shot him.
Divisional Commander ACPJ is the one backing the people.
Killing of rival faction is sadly shaping up as the norm. Classical case was what happened here in Andeman, a suburb of Amasaman in the Gan West municipality, where the development chief, who was lying on this bed, was shot and killed in cold blood on the 8th of June 2017 by unknown thugs. Following that killing, fear and insecurity has engulfed residents here.
I was in the room with my granddaughter at about 1:15 a.m. when we heard gunshots. So the land guards killed the development chief of the area. Since then, we've been living in fear, and we want government to deploy police personnel in the area to maintain peace.
The inefficiencies in the country's land management system gave rise to an outlawed group. Here, we call them land guards. They've been protecting lands across the country, but many see these individuals as criminals.
There are so many issues. You know, in Ghana here, especially Accra, you are the owner of the land, but somebody who can come later on, he say it belongs to him, the land belongs to him, with the same document. Somebody is holding document, somebody too is holding document. So that side, you have to involve land guards. So the hard one will take the land.
Wow. Even if you are not the legitimate owner of the land, once you can hire land guards like yourself, you can confiscate the land.
Because you are holding documents, I'm also holding documents. So if it were you, what will you do? Because when you take the matter to police station or to court, it will take some time, and you want to develop the land very urgently because there is a problem on the land. So you have to bring in land guards to protect the land. As we are working day and night, we have been here, we sleep here, we do everything here.
I don't think it's outlawed. The government and the police people are misunderstanding. The people who understand the job, if they come on their side, they don't disturb us.
But we have some of your colleagues who go about hitting people, slashing people with cutlasses, hitting people with cudgels, shooting and killing. That makes your job unacceptable, to put it bluntly. Ion?
This is an interesting question. You know, in everything, there is bad, there is good.
Okay.
Even within your sons or daughters, there is bad girl, there is good girl. So anything, you cannot find him 100%. We cannot say we are perfect. But in anything, there is good and bad. That is what I can say.
People are going to court and spending, unreasonable years because these fraudsters are putting them to all of that. You are selling a land to me, you are selling it to another person, and you are taking money from all of us. Some are selling to, 3, 4, 5 people. You are a fraud. You are a criminal. You deserve to be in jail. In addition to paying the hefty, fines that have been stipulated in this law. If you are paying 84,000 and you can't feel it, that's your business. If you are paying 180,000 and you can't feel it, that's your business. But in addition to that, you could also be put into jail. And that for me is very good.
The police have been in a constant battle with the land guards, making some big catches in the process.
In this country, people just know of those individuals, the young men who move from place to place, mostly riding motorbikes to harass people. For those ones, they are itinerants. They are mostly unemployed youth that people hire them.
But they are the land guards.
They are the people that we call them land guards. And I simply just equate land guards to all types of criminals. They are land guards during the day. What will they be doing during the night? But these people are not mobilized. They are individuals who want to make a living. But to get them mobilized in big numbers to attack and evade lands means that somebody had organized them, or somebody who demands their services try to mobilize them and uses them as and when he or she wants them to come around. These are the people I incidentally said they are land conflict entrepreneurs. Some of these people deliberately go in for lands they know it is not theirs. Such people, some are estate developers, some are individuals who won't know the type of work they do specifically, but they go around to obtain so-called powers of attorney from families.
Tension is brewing at Peace Village, a developing community in the Ganwes municipality, between a private developer and residents who are fiercely battling for ownership of the land in the area. Residents here have vowed to protect their turf with all they've got. It is sad we are unable to work on the lands we've duly acquired and registered at the Lands Commission. As you can see, I have land title certificates from the Lands Commission to show, but it is very sad. That langas have been terrorizing us in this area. You cannot even send equipment and materials on your sites to work. We want the police and government to step in to ensure that this lawlessness comes to an end.
This is Kaswa, and this part of town is called Peace Town. But I tell you what, there is nothing peaceful about this town. If there is ever a safe haven for land guards and landguardism, this is it. They are ruthless and vicious. You find here the handiwork of land guards who demolished no less a place than a mission house.
29th March, and my boy say, "Yeah, Juma, I will fear." Na your friend me say, "Microphobia babaji omaniyama."
The date was March 29, 2021, when laborers working on my project, which you see now in ruins, called to complain to me that masked men on motorbikes had come to prevent them from working, and then subsequently demolished the building.
According to me, tenant for no say, buy and almost motos, almost 12, almost a max. And the tenant for me, you no more fee, but almost catch them so many cry and almost inside our own. Langard for being no a nipa, 24 almost kept.
The Langas are giving us a hard time here in Kaswa, Peace Town, and we know there are powerful people behind who are even making the work of the crime officer almost impossible.
Now the law says, if you unlawfully, exercise control or supervision of a land, that is, you don't own it, you don't have what we call interest in that land. In law, when we say interest in land, it will connote what I may loosely use as ownership. And then you try to exercise control. You try to exercise supervision. If you sought to do that, then you will be in trouble. And by also doing that, seeking to prevent a developer, somebody who has acquired interest properly in the land, seeking to prevent them from developing their land, then now the law says you are in trouble. You could be going to jail for between 5 to 15 years. Custodial.
We have different types of interest in land that you need to recognize and acknowledge. So once you know the structures and they exist and they are working, it makes things a little bit easy. Again, the boundaries of this interest remain unknown in most cases, except the few cases where they have gone to court and there has been an adjudication giving them specific areas. So most of our traditional areas and customary or do not actually know their definitive boundaries.